Dear brothers and sisters, seasons do change in our walk with God. This walk is not always easy, and the Lord will sometimes test us. At times we will go through storms, trials, tribulations, difficulties, rejections, fires. At other times we will be in seasons where we are on top of the mountain, blessed, prosperous, the head and not the tail, and there's a season where God may just take it all away from us to put us to the test. Are we going to remain the same? Are we going to be happy no matter what circumstances we're walking through? Remember the story of Job. He was a righteous man, and the Lord still allowed the devil to touch his health, his wealth, his children. No matter everything he lost, he maintained his faith, and at the end the Lord restored everything double what he lost. Amen. God walks us through these things so he can mature and develop our character. We are to be content no matter what the circumstances look like in our lives. Amen. As long as we have Jesus, we truly are rich in spirit, and he's all we need. Amen. So no matter what you're going through, keep the faith, keep praying, keep seeking the Lord, keep obeying the Lord, and in his time he will see you through. No matter what you go through, keep the faith, keep the peace, joy and love, be happy and thankful no matter what, and the Lord will see you through in his timing. Philippians 4:11-13 I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Matthew 7:24-29 Therefore whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was founded upon a rock. And every one that heareth these sayings of mine, and doth them not, shall be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand. And the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew, and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. And it came to pass, when Jesus had ended these sayings, the people were astonished at his doctrine. For he taught them as one having authority, and not as the scribes. Job 1:8-22 Then the Lord said to Satan, Have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. Does Job fear God for nothing? Satan replied, Have you not put a hedge around him and his household and everything he has? You have blessed the work of his hands, so that his flocks and herds are spread throughout the land. But now stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. The Lord said to Satan, Very well, then, everything he has is in your power, but on the man himself do not lay a finger. Then Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. One day when Job's sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, a messenger came to Job and said, The oxen were plowing and the donkeys were grazing nearby, and the Sabaeans attacked and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, The fire of God fell from the heavens and burned up the sheep and the servants, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, another messenger came and said, The Chaldeans formed 3 raiding parties and swept down on your camels and made off with them. They put the servants to the sword, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, Your sons and daughters were feasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house. 19 When suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the 4 corners of the house. It collapsed on them and they are dead, and I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. At this, Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing. God bless you all. With love, Sister Candy.